Hello everyone, it's Rachel here at Clardy Hands Crafts, and today's video is a special request from my lovely subscriber Becky, who asked me to make a start to finish video of how to make a traveller's notebook insert in a junk journal style. So let's get into it, shall we? You will need 2 sheets of thick plain card, a selection of coordinating papers. I use the Romantic Journal collection from Stamperia, a paper trimmer or a guillotine, a tool for piercing holes, or a needle will do in a pinch, but it's easier with one of these. Something to pierce holes into, so this is craft foam to go behind the paper. Some embroidery floss in a coordinating colour, a needle big enough for the floss, and some glue. First of all, you need to go through your selection of papers and decide which ones you're going to include as pages in your journal. I selected 8 sheets, which included 2 sheets of vellum paper, which are folded into pocket pages. At this stage you can also select a design paper to use as your front cover, and I used this sheet with the bold flower print. Then the rest of the papers can be cut down to size. The next step is to score and fold the cover card. Taking one of your plain sheets of card, use a scoring tool to score at 4.5 inches from one edge. Then use your trimmer or guillotine to cut at a further 4.5 inches from the score line. Or another way to do it would be to cut the card to 9 inches wide and then score it down the middle. I didn't do that because I was working it out as I went along. Then you can crease the card, being careful not to split the card at the spine. You can use a bone folder or an old gift card to smooth down the crease and trim that card down to the desired height. The sheet of decorative paper that you want to be on the front will now need to be cut down to size. This piece should be 8 3/4 by 8 inches. I cut mine slightly too narrow and had to patch over the bit that I couldn't cover using a scrap. Thankfully it looked fine, but the measurements that I've given you should be the correct ones. The paper is going to be glued to the cover, leaving a 1/8 of an inch border around the edge. Fold the decorative paper in half and then align it with the plain card on the cover. Glue the front paper down first and then turn it over and glue the back. Gluing it while folded will prevent any ripples occurring between the 2 pieces. Take care when smoothing the cover down, as it can quite easily slip out of position and leave a wonky border. Here you can see where I cut the paper too narrow so it doesn't quite reach around to make an even border, so I just patched it up using some coordinating scrap paper. To give my cover some more dimension and texture, I stitched a zigzag border using white thread on my sewing machine. While I was at the machine, I also created some pocket pages by folding and stitching some vellum sheets. I like to stitch these instead of gluing them, as if you glue them, you'll be able to see the glue through the translucent paper. Now we're going to make a template to make piercing binding holes easier. Take your other piece of plain card and score it in half. It must be the same height as your notebook. Fold it, burnish the crease and then open it up again. Using a ruler, measure 1 inch from the top of the page and mark that point on the fold line. Do the same at 1 inch up from the bottom edge and then find the centre and mark that as well. Use your piercing tool to punch holes at each of these positions. Placing something spongy underneath makes piercing easier and allows you to make holes more pronounced. Nestle all of your folded papers inside of the cover and then place the template inside of those. Holding the notebook up on its folded edge with one hand, use the other hand to pierce through the guide holes in the template using your piercing tool. Make sure you punch through all of the layers fully, as this will make the needle go through more easily when you're stitching. Thread the needle with your embroidery floss. I usually start with double the height of the notebook in length. From the centre of the book, push the needle in the top hole and pull through to the back. Be careful not to let the end of the thread come all the way through. Push the needle in the middle hole from the back side and give the needle a little wiggle while you're there to make the hole bigger, as double thickness of thread is going to be coming through this hole. Then you can push the needle into the bottom hole from the inside to the outside. Then take it back to the inside through the middle hole. Remove the needle. Then tie the 2 open ends of thread together with a double knot, pulling it tight and keeping it as close against the paper as you can get it. Snip the ends down and then add a tiny dab of glue or Mod Podge to the knot to stop it from unravelling. So now you have a fully assembled book, and you can decorate it however you like, with lots of pockets and lace trims, tags, journal cards and all of that kind of thing. I did have a couple of little tags handy, so I'll just pop those into the vellum pockets, and I'll be adding lots more in a future video, so I'm going to do a decoration video of this particular book in the future. So thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, and I hope you'll be making lots of Traveller's Notebook style junk journal inserts. And I shall see you again for the next video, and another big thank you to Becky for requesting this video. I'll see you later, guys. Bye!